Welcome to A Kinder World of Commerce. This is Monica Lenches with my co-host Claudia Rucker, bringing you this month's locally owned and socially responsible business, Accountability Works. As usual, I am so excited to be interviewing yet another Right Fit Kinder brand. And part of that is because of how we met. You know, Claudia had been working for 2 years with Marissa, and I got to witness this tremendous growth and development, both in her personal and professional life, that I wanted in. So I jumped in, and I've been working with you, Marissa, for the last 3 months, meeting every week as a small group with Claudia, and it's been quite remarkable. So let's jump in and take a look at how accountability works as a process effectively supports businesses in creating success. So let's start with you, Allie. What inspired you to start a business that focuses on accountability?
I'm really happy to be here and chatting with you. And accountability was the tool that I used when I started my first business. I had some background in commitment and accountability, but I had zero background in being an entrepreneur, in running a business, in putting myself out there, in marketing myself. And so accountability, or an accountability group, really was what I leaned into. So I reached out to a few people. I created that first group right when I got my real estate license. So I was selling real estate. That was my first business. I had a background in engineering. So of course I didn't know how to sell anything, and I was petrified. And the structure of that group, the consistency, meeting every week, making commitments about what I needed to do to support my business, staying focused, even though there was a million things that I could be busy with that weren't going to really generate any results, was the key. And it was a time in the real estate market when times were tough. So we really differentiated ourselves, those of us that were in that group. And we stood out because we were really getting things done. And I think it made all the difference between being successful and kind of bowing out and thinking this is way too hard. Just that support, those people, those weekly meetings, they were amazing.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. I wish I had had that idea 32 years ago. And Marissa, what was it that motivated you to want to partner with Allie?
Prior to working with Allie, my focus was helping people cultivate mindfulness. And the problem I ran into in doing my work was there are a lot of people that desire becoming more mindful and present in their lives. But at the same time, it is this difficult thing to grasp and actually cultivate in our lives. And so when I started facilitating the Accountability Works process, originally I was doing it because I was expanding my coaching practice. And what I discovered in the process is that accountability is the unlikely tool that helps people cultivate mindfulness. And, you know, it's so interesting because in addition to that, what I discovered is process-based coaching is so effective because process is really key in making any change. So those two things combined, when Allie said, hey, do you want to become partners? It was just a clear yes. It's like accountability solved both of our problems. And we always say, you know, it was process meets presence. And that was always what Accountability Works was all about. And then us coming together has really just allowed us to take that to the next level. And here we are.
I've noticed that in spending time with both of you that you have some common values. Can you share with us your company's values?
Our values are really based on the principles that our process, the Accountability Works process, is built on. So that's, of course, accountability, commitment, integrity, respect, and personal responsibility. And so that kind of translates the way that we've decided to speak those in easy terms is do what you say you're going to do. Tell the truth even when it's uncomfortable. Take personal responsibility. be respectful, and commit to the process. I think we really have drilled down in all of the work that we do, that everything is built around this idea of vision, and those principles come together to serve the vision. And then, of course, we have this context of gratitude, that we are grateful. And so those values, the integrity, the personal responsibility, the commitment, the accountability, every single piece of that is built into the process. So if you work with us, you know them, you're using them. Whether you use the exact words or not, you're living them in the process.
And would one of you speak to how you operationalize those values on a daily basis?
We do what we ask other people to do. All of us are in accountability groups. And so therefore, we're always in the process, which we find critical in our lives. There's a big emphasis on planning. And so, being business owners and coaches, we need to be doing that for ourselves, so that it's very important in us staying on track. It's really important when you're facilitating this process that asks people to offer and receive compassionate accountability and feedback, and take full responsibility for their experience, that we ourselves are doing that.
Speaking of community, in what ways do you see your work contributing to a kinder world of commerce in our communities?
Thank you for that question. I think I'm really inspired by your intention of a kinder world of commerce. And Marissa and I have talked about it a lot. And, what it is we're looking for is business women, as, having all entirely female team. And, what we want to see change and what we want to foster. I think the biggest way, we're helping people. They come to us to help run their businesses, to be more intentional with their time, to set goals and be held accountable to them in what it means for them to be more intentional, to be more successful, to be healthier, to be more connected with their friends, so to be more connected with their family members, to be more connected with themselves, is changes not only who they are, but how they show up for their family, how they show up for their business, how they show up with their coworkers or their colleagues, the influence that they have on the community. And so for us, it's about that ripple effect. I used to have this Post-it over my computer when I was a working mom, because that was such a hard thing to do, is to, deal with the guilt of wanting to build a business and be a mom, that said, the best version of me is best for everyone. And I think that that's really what we're trying to put out there in the world, is we want, you to be that best version of yourself, and how that influences everyone else around you. So for us, it's really about the ripple effect.
And how can viewers apply accountability to their lives on a daily basis?
Well, you need to start by writing down what you want to accomplish in all the areas of your life. And from there, of course, we want to make sure that we're creating a plan for ourselves. But the most important thing here is going to be putting some accountability around those things that you want to most accomplish in your life. We always say that one of the things that people don't realize around accountability, and when you form an accountability group, whether that's an accountability partner or you're in a little bit of a larger group, like we always say, max 3 people in the group, is that it's really fun. When you show up for yourself in a way that you are writing down, is there's something about writing things down, right? They become real. And you're committing to the things that are most important to you, and doing that with people that you have identified are the right partners. It's really this sacred space. It's this place that you get to show up and be objective. They can be people that you know, they can be people that you don't know if you want to keep your world separate, but it becomes this weekly check-in where you show up for one another and you're doing it together. And there's something to say about that as well. We accomplish things in our lives, but when there's people that are excited to witness that process that happens as we become whoever the next version of ourselves is or bring something else into the world, it's just a really beautiful experience. And so we always say, because accountability sometimes can have that different reputation where it's this more stern type of energy around it, we're actually like, no, it's really fun. So we have a host of resources on our website, accountabilityworks.com, that no matter where you're at with accountability, there's something there for you. And we have a guide on the site that will walk you through, if you're ready to start your own group, it's there. And, you know, just start and you'll see that it is fun. And of course, you end up accomplishing what you set out to do.
I know that you recently both created a productivity planner. Would either one of you like to say something about that?
Yeah, we created the Accountability Works planner because we wanted to be able to take our entire process and put it in a book, because we were always trying to fit the other things into what we were doing. And it was annoying and it didn't work. And so, and also we have had all these people in our program for so long that are the same with us as we are. They are paper people and they'd been asking for it. So we finally did it in the year of the biggest supply chain issues ever, because why not? So anyway, it's been a lot of fun. I have one right here. And I was just doing my quarterly plan in it. It's a beautiful book. It has where you can do your vision, your 1-year goals, your quarterly goals, and then check in every week. And it just really mirrors our process. It has great reflective questions and it can hold you accountable, just you writing down what you want to do and checking in every week. But it really is a tool you can use with other people, which was our intention, is you can use this for a group, use it with other people. And, you know, our goal is really for you to do the process with someone else, because we know the value of that.
Thank you both so much for following your callings and supporting businesses and making a positive difference in the world. You know, this partnering of accountability and mindfulness is not only brilliant, but it's powerful. And I can attest from my own experience just over the last 3 months of just how effective your process is. It really works. And I wholeheartedly recommend you to anyone interested in up-leveling either their businesses or their personal lives. So thank you again for joining us this morning. And we look forward to continuing to create a kinder world of commerce in our communities. So thank you.
Thank you, Monica.